Bobby Valentine and his New York Mets just finished an exhausting but good homestand. John Olerud maintained his NL leading batting average. Mike Piazza seemed to return to his all-star form. Edgardo Alfonso began to hit on a consistent basis. And Turk Wendell in the bullpen helped New York to a one-game lead in the wild card race. But that one-game lead now includes the San Francisco Giants. Manager Dusty Baker has his own reasons to be pumped up. He has Barry Bonds, the slugger, the only player to steal 400 bases and hit 400 home runs. And seasoned veterans Ellis Burks and Jeff Kent continue to pull their share of the load. The Giants look to cool off the Mets as the wild card race heats up. Coming up next by the City on the Bay, next on 9. From Tricom Park in San Francisco, California. Today, the New York Mets continue their important clash against the San Francisco Giants. Mets Baseball 98 is brought to you by Michelob. Smooth, rich-tasting Michelob. Beer or Michelob. By OmniPoint. 100% digital, 0% hassle. Call 1-800-BUY-OMNI. And by your local Chrysler Plymouth dealers. Pitching for the Mets this afternoon, Hideo Nomo. Hideo 5-11, a 4.77 earned run average. And on the mound for the Giants, Orel Hershiser. Orel is 9-8, a 4.19 ERA.
As the season turns towards fall here in San Francisco, the days become a little brighter. There's a lot less fog and the wind dies down. The same can be true for the San Francisco Giants. It's a little brighter. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne along with Ralph Kiner and Tim McCarver. Welcome. San Francisco won game one of this series last night. The wild card race is getting very tight, Timmy. We look now to what's left in this season.
And as we get closer to fall, the Mets are hoping that they can hang on. They have 30 games remaining in the season, including the game today. 8 games on this road trip. 21 of those 30 games will be on the road. They return 4 against Atlanta and then a big doubleheader on September 15th at Houston, and they wrap up the season against Atlanta. They may do it. It's going to be very, very difficult.
And it's getting much more interesting, Ralph Kiner. Chicago picked up a victory today. We could have a 3-way tie by the end of the day for the wild card spot.
That's if the Giants won the ball game and a 3-way tie. The Mets currently are a half game up on the Cubs, a game up on the Giants, and the Cubs won today. Sosa hit number 52. They won 9-2.
Kerry Wood with 16 strikeouts in that game for the Chicago Cubs. So we're going to be saying it often now. It is a huge game for the New York Mets and the San Francisco Giants. We'll be back, and we'll talk about a situation named Todd Hundley after this from Michelob.
Throw it. I deserve it.
There's ordinary beer. Then there's the smooth, refreshing taste of Michelob Light. Beer or Michelob?
Hello?
Susan, it's Fred.
Hi. Are we still on for tonight?
Indeed. I have reservations at Chez Joseph.
Really? That place is always booked.
Well, Shay's a personal friend of mine. Pick you up at 7.
Okay. So, do you look as good as you sound?
OmniPoint, 100% digital, 0% hassle. Get a $179 Ericsson 388, the latest in digital wireless, for $49.
Summer means clearance at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer. Clearance means big factory-authorized cash back. Get 1,000 cash back on Chrysler Sebring Coupe and get low lease rates on Sebring Convertible. Clearance means bigger cash back. Get 1,500 cash back on Chrysler Cirrus, ranked best entry midsize car in initial quality by J.D. Power & Associates. Or get 1,500 cash back on Plymouth Neon. Summer means clearance. Clearance means savings at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
At Uniroyal, in order to make a point about our new nail guard tires, we added a few to our test track. Nail guard tires, designed to seal 90% of tread punctures, instantly and permanently. Only from Uniroyal.
Dusty Baker's team getting the victory last night, now leading the Mets on the season 4-3. Bobby Valentine's club in a real dogfight now for that wild card spot and postseason. And today the New York Mets will face a veteran who is 8-8 lifetime against the New York Mets. Orel Hershiser on the mound. 39-year-old right-hander, 9-8 on the season. He has beaten the Mets once already this year.
A dogfight reminiscent of the Red Baron back in the teens, World War I. The Mets lineup is brought to you by your Tri-State Quality Ford dealer. For the Mets this afternoon, Lenny Harris, the right fielder, will lead it off, followed by Edgardo Alfonzo at third. John Olerud will bat third, still leading the National League in hitting. Mike Piazza, big 3-run home run yesterday. Brian McRae will bat fifth. Left fielder Tony Phillips hitting sixth. Luis Lopez will bat seventh and play second. Ray Ordonez, the shortstop, hitting eighth. Hideo Nomo batting ninth.
And the defense for the Giants will be Bonds in left, Burks in center field, and Bernard in right. Miller at third base, Aurelia at shortstop, Kent at second, Carter at first, and Johnson doing the catching.
Umpiring crew, Jerry Davis has the plate, Jerry Meals, Terry Tater, and Wally Bell. The umpiring crew on a beautiful day. Clear skies, 63 degrees at game time. Orel Hershiser against Lenny Harris and a strike called. Note that Lenny Harris is in the leadoff spot today. Tony Phillips is playing but is down further in the lineup. Hershiser to Harris, swung on, hit in the air to right field and deep. It is way back. It is a leadoff home run. Lenny Harris of the New York Mets on the second pitch of the ball game gives New York a 1-0 lead for Lenny Harris. That'll be his third or 20th home run of the season.
Well, the Mets
Lenny Harris, third of the year.
The Mets started off last night with a 3-run home run by Mike Piazza and took a 3-0 lead. This night, today, they have a 1-0 lead on a home run.
Boy, did he get a hold of that one. Well, Bobby Valentine already's made the right move as to who he put in the leadoff spot for this ball game.
That's right.
It paid off in a hurry. And that one drilled into center field. Base hit, Edgardo Alfonzo.
Lenny Harris with his third home run of the year on the second pitch. It's the 20th home run given up by Hershiser, and he hit a breaking ball. All a good curveball pitcher, but giving up his 20th home run, and that's the second home run that Harris has hit in 13 at-bats against the right-hander.
So Harris gives the Mets the early boost here, and a quick 1-0 lead, and one on for the league's leading hitter, John Olerud. John continues on top with a .344 average, 3 points ahead of Dante Bichette, and Larry Walker continues in the third spot at .337. Hershiser will make the throw over on Edgardo Alfonzo.
I was talking to Orel Hershiser before the game, and he said he will pitch successfully today if he can get his curveball and slider over second and third time through the order. Right now, it looks like he may have a tough time getting through the order one time.
Well, he got that curveball over, but over the fence.
Was blasted. As we said today, the winds will pick up here as the game moves along. Start of the game, though, not bad. Olerud down the left field line. Bonds over, and that will curve foul. Olerud going the other way with it. Evens up the count at a ball and a strike. Orel Hershiser now has given up the 20 home runs we talked about, and 15 of those hit by right-handed batters coming into the game and 4 by left-handers. And Lenny Harris took one to right field, pulling one on that blast to start the ball game. Not a big lead at first, and Olerud takes it down low 2-1. The reason Tony Phillips is probably batting down in the lineup today is that Phillips has had real good numbers lifetime against Orel Hershiser. Bobby Valentine wanted that RBI stroke a little deeper in the lineup. Down the left field line. Olerud, it's a foul ball, just missed.
John Olerud taking a couple of shots on outside, one a fastball, this a breaking ball, and that ball had to be fouled by inches. It's that light clay area down there, and it's very difficult for us to pick it up in the booth.
John just missing a double. He had one down the left field line last night.
He does use all parts of the field. John's got the third best average against right-handers in the league at .345. A chopper to first base. Joe Carter, only one play. He'll take it to the bag. Alfonso moves down to second base, and Olerud's the first out for the Mets in this game. Piazza draws the boos, of course, longtime Los Angeles Dodger in this great rivalry with the Giants and Dodgers. No love lost in any way. Piazza, as he was last night, greeted with boos, and even more so because he got a home run. 3-run shot first inning last night.
Yeah, as far as Giants fans are concerned, he's still a Dodger.
And that's taken down low, ball one.
One thing about being booed on the road, you actually enjoy that, but at home, it doesn't do the same for you.
It's going to be very interesting to see the reaction of the Dodger fans when Mike Piazza starts there on Friday night, and we will carry that game on the air at 10 o'clock New York time.
A lot of Dodger blue running around here today. You've got Hideo Nomo and Orel Hershiser, the two starters, both former starters for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And here's their catcher at the plate, Mike Piazza. Well, these guys know each other real well. Hershiser and Piazza, of course, playing together for the Dodgers. A 1-ball, 1-strike count. Alfonso's on at second base, one away, and that's fouled off by Piazza, 1-2.
You tipped it.
That's has faced Hershiser only 3 times and has gone 0 for 3 against him.
He has a .280 batting average against the Giants in his career, but he has hit with power against the Giants. And a home run last night.
Alfonso, good lead at second base. Jeff Kent moves over a bit to hold him. They go outside. Johnson framed that one for an extra second, but didn't get the call. 2-2.
Those are the types of fastballs, those balls just off the plate, that Hershiser must get to win. He just misses, but as Gary said, Johnson pulling it back, but it was clearly outside.
2-2 delivery. Slider misses away, and the count goes full 3-2. Hershiser, predominant ground ball pitcher with that sinking fastball he throws. Throw the curveball, slider, change up. He's got an assortment. Doesn't overpower anymore. That's got a chance here for an RBI with Alfonso on at second base. And he walked it. So Hershiser struggling here as 3 of the first 4 Met batters have reached base against him. 2 on, 1 down.
Orel Hershiser has appeared 5 different years in the postseason. 3 of those years he went to the World Series, and perhaps the most remarkable performance in the 1988 postseason. McRae, 2 on, and McRae takes the pitch outside for a ball. Hershiser continues to struggle here, getting ahead. 0 for 4 in the ball game by McRae last night. And a strike on the outside corner to Bryant. Switch hitters had a great second half of the season for the Mets. Continues to hold down center field. 239 right-handed, 275 left. Infield, of course, looking for the ground ball off McRae here. Breaking ball off speed is in there. 1-2. Extremely difficult to double up with Brian McRae all year long. He's been among the top 10 most difficult batters to get in a double play, especially batting from that left side. He's got enough speed.
Plus, he hits a lot of line drives rather than ground balls. Sliders inside to him. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Hershiser in recent years has become very adept at throwing the breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. I think if I were McRae, I may look for it here, especially since he came inside the pitch before.
And there it was, outside, down the line, and foul. Holds the count at 2-2. Pitches on guile in this day and age. 39 years old, Orel Hershiser.
His nickname, the Bulldog, and he's all of that.
He's a gamer. We said he beat the New York Mets earlier this season in a win 3-2, getting the victory in that game. Outside here, the count's full again, 3-2.
Well, the question right now for Valentine is the situation where he'll send the runners on the pitch.
I think you have to send them right here.
Yes.
1 down, runners go, line drive, base hit into left field. That will score Edgardo Alfonso. Bonds will come into second base, stopping at third Piazza, and the Mets take a 2-0 lead here in the first inning on their 3rd hit off Orel Hershiser.
If you don't send the runners right there, you certainly do not score a run, because Alfonso at second would have to hold up to see if the line drive are going to be caught. And the line drive stands a better chance of being caught if the runners aren't running. When you've got guys running, that shortstop can't plant his feet, but that shot there, clear that that he would not have caught the ball, but Alfonso would have had to have held up. So you don't get the run, and you don't get Piazza at third if you don't send the runners in that situation.
That will bring Dusty Baker out. Have a talk here with Orel Hershiser. As here in the first inning, the Mets have come up with 2 runs on 3 hits. There's still only 1 away, and runners at first and third for Tony Phillips.
Ralph, I think with Hershiser right now not throwing real hard, if you're a hitter, particularly a left-handed hitter, you've got to look away because you realize Hershiser can't come inside on it.
He's a different pitcher now that he's up in the age group of old-timers, and definitely relies on off-speed pitching, not the fastball that he had when he was so great.
Tony Phillips. Well, here's exactly what Bobby Valentine wanted when he wrote the lineup card today. He took Tony Phillips out of the leadoff spot and moved him down into the number 6 hole, because Tony Phillips is 7 for 16 lifetime off Orel Hershiser, and he wanted Phillips in a better RBI position than the leadoff spot. Well, first and third, 1 down. Runner goes at first, and that one looped foul as McRae was taking off. 1-1 on Phillips.
That was that backdoor breaking ball that we talk about. It's really a misnomer. If it were a backdoor breaking ball, it would have to be thrown from behind the catcher. So since it's thrown in front of the catcher, it should be a side door breaking ball on the veranda.
Well, the way you build your house, I guess you can put the back door anywhere you want.
Well, that's true. Some people have to. Some people have to put their back door in their front door because they go in the back door more than they do the front door. Huh.
But it is a strange name for a pitch, and it's been in baseball for a long time.
In the advice of counsel, I'm not responding. Runner goes again. They're going to throw down. Piazza holds. Tag put on. They got him, and Piazza stays at third. Brian Johnson throws him out at a 27% rate. They get McRae a huge out here in this inning.
And that's not a good play because the chances of doubling up Tony Phillips are not good.
I wonder if a sign was missed on that play, a hit-and-run sign. But the batter, Phillips, took the pitch all the way.
Pitch way outside. A good pitch to handle for Brian Johnson, and a strike to second to get McRae.
Aurelia got the tag on. Phillips misses on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Tony Phillips.
I think, guys, the primary reason that you run in that situation is to stay out of the double play. You know, you're not going to double up Tony Phillips. That looked like a straight steal by Brian McRae.
Phillips is grounded into 1 double play, and Hershiser strikes him out. So the Mets have a good inning, but they're going to come out onto the field thinking it could have been better. They get a couple of runs on 3 hits, leaving a base runner on. Giants coming up when we come back after this from Nobody Beats the Wiz.
having fun yet? Then get to the Summer of Fun and Nobody Beats the Wiz. Buy the fun stuff you want and get more fun stuff, like special offers, tickets to games, Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall with select purchases. See newspaper for details. Nobody Beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
Ever think about the one, the only Pizza Hut pan, the holder of our favorite pizza? Yeah, we ooh and ah over the bubbling cheese and stuff, but do we ever compliment the pan? Thanks, pan, for making the crust so crispy and chewy. No, the pizza gets all the attention in the pan. Well, it gets washed. In honor of the forgotten pan, Pizza Hut is doing something unforgettable. For a very short time, a supreme or up to 3 toppings pan pizza's just $8.99. $8.99. Oh, Pizza Hut, the best pizzas under one roof.
Upper hand, to enjoy an advantage over, to have the edge. As in emerge victorious, to finish first. Welcome to the 98 Honda Clearance. Don't you just love it when you win? Get 3.9% APR for 36 or 48 months on all 98 Civics.
Hideo Nomo, the 29-year-old right-hander who has struggled mightily with a 5-11 mark on the season since coming over to the New York Mets. He's won 3 and lost 4. A better ERA than he had overall. We'll talk about incongruous numbers that Hideo Nomo continues to put up in his starts.
And the Giants lineup is brought to you by Jeep and Eagle. And here it is. Right fielder Marvin Bernard leads it off, followed by shortstop Rich Aurelia. Then Barry Bonds, one of the bigger threats in either league. Jeff Kent having another good year, batting 4th. Ellis Burks batting 5th. Joe Carter at first will hit 6th. Third baseman Bill Miller will bat 7th. Brian Johnson, the 8th place hitter, and Orel Hershiser, who is also a good hitter.
The defense for the New York Mets: Phillips in left, McRae in center, Harris in right, Alfonso at third, Ordonez at short, Lopez at second, Olerud at first, and Piazza catching.
Marvin Bernard is the hottest hitter in the National League in the month of August, batting .421. Leading it off here, first pitch was in the dirt. Scuffed up a little bit, so home plate umpire Jerry Davis brought it back in. 1-0 count on Bernard. Stan Javier was scheduled to start in right field today and be in the leadoff spot. Javier was a late scratch from the lineup by Dusty Baker. The reason for it is last night leaving the ballpark, Javier was hit from behind in his automobile, and as a result came in today and has stiffness, whiplash kind of stiffness. So he is at the hospital being x-rayed. They don't believe it's a problem, but he was not well enough to play today. So Bernard is in the leadoff spot. Javier, Dusty Baker, and Javier have much better numbers against Nomo. And Bernard is 1 for 7 on. 2-1 delivery. And it's inside, and Nomo falls behind. And here's one of those incongruous situations. Hideo Nomo, way up there in walks, more than any other pitcher in the National League. Way up there in strikeouts. The opposition hardly ever gets hits off him. .224 batting average, 3rd lowest in the league. Yet he can't win games. 3-2 delivery. Breaking ball, he went. Piazza scoops it. We'll have to make the play at first. Olerud, who'll touch the base, strike out, and 1 down.
The 86 walks are certainly his undoing. It's been a tough year there, and he got a good call on a half swing on the 3-2 pitch right there. That ball was out of the strike zone.
Bernard had the count to his advantage, 3-1. That is the first strikeout victim. 152 strikeouts in 138 innings now by Hideo Nomo. And that strikeout total, he's 7th most in the league starting the day's play, but tied with Darryl Kyle for first in walks with 86. In baseball, in that situation, you can't have it both ways. Rich Aurelia. Really 0 for 3 in the opener last night, won by the Giants. 1-0 by Nomo to him, and that's off the fist to center. McRae, late break, time to get there. 2 down.
You're going to see a lot of late breaks by the outfielders and middle infielders in this ballpark. As everyone knows, with the glare here at Candlestick Point, very, very difficult to pick up fly ball.
Barry Bonds. 8th in the league in doubles, 2nd in walks. 27 home runs on the year. Fouls back the first pitch on Nomo. He only had 3 hits lifetime off Hideo Nomo, 3 for 21, one of the 3 a home run.
Well, Nomo has pitched exceptionally well against the Giants throughout his career. As you look at the shift put on, the shortstop on the second base side of second base.
45-foot pitch.
That was really a short split finger fastball, and of course that's the featured pitch of Nomo. And a very tough pitch to hit. And this one bouncing about 45 feet away.
That pitch was a strike on the hop.
Good bounce.
106 walks for Bonds this year. And there's another one bounced in front of him.
You might wonder what would happen if he had swung and hit that ball on the bounce. It's legal,
sure,
and you can do that.
And then you can get a contract to play cricket.
Yeah, right.
2-1 to the big shift on for Bonds. And a strike fastball at the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Barry looking for a splitter again there.
Let that one go. Hideo Nomo with a 2-2 delivery. And off speed inside corner, got him. So Nomo strikes out 2, retires the side in order. After 1, the Mets on top, 2-0. Back after this from the United States Postal Service.
Send your packages in 2 days with FedEx to lots of different places. You get lots of different prices.
Send your packages in 2 days with UPS to lots of different places. You get lots of different prices.
Send your packages in 2 to 3 days with priority mail to lots of different places. You get the same price. You know, $3.
So, what's your priority? Priority mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
More than you know, more than you know.
Buick is back with more selection and more deals. And right now until September 14th, get an extra $500 cash back on Buick LeSabre. That's a total of $2,000 cash back on America's best-selling full-size car. Or save big with 0.9 APR financing. So come in today for more great deals on every 98 Buick. Isn't it time for a real car?
More than you'll ever, ever know.
2-2 off speed. Pitch, McRae gives it a ride. Into the New York ninth. Goodbye, home run.
All fans who show up at Shea on Saturday, September 5th, will get a free Mets ski cap courtesy of Chase.
1 pitch hit in the air to deep right field. That goes Walker looking up at the wall, and it's out of here.
Be here as the Mets try to secure the wild card against the Atlanta Braves. For tickets, call 718-507-TIXX.
Great to have you with us here in San Francisco. 3-com park, Gary Thorne, Tim McCarver, Ralph Kiner. As the Mets in the second of this 3-game series, Mets have lost 3 in a row now. The Giants have won 4. Chicago won today against Cincinnati 9-2. Sammy Sosa, 52nd home run in that game. So now, if the Giants were to win this game, it would be a 3-way tie in the wild card race for first.
Saw that 577. Ralph, you tell us that that's 577 days before the new ballpark will open, right?
New ballpark downtown in China Basin.
Foul ball off the foot of Lopez.
That ballpark, we understand, will be 308 feet down the right field line. And to emulate the Arizona Diamondback Stadium, they will have a pool beyond the right field fence, right? A very big pool called the Pacific Ocean.
You can swim in that pool.
Yeah. They did that here for the Diamondbacks on May 30th when they were playing here. They put a hot tub out beyond the fence in left field just to make the Diamondbacks feel at home.
It was great. I thought that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
It was great.
Then they gave it away to a fan. They had a drawing, and they gave the hot tub away after the series was over. Hershiser backs off Louis Lopez. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Lopez, Ordonez, and Nomo to follow here in the second. We talked at the top about Todd Hundley and the situation. So we'll bring you up to date on that. Todd is not in the lineup today. He's here, obviously, with the ball club. But after a discussion with Bobby Valentine last night, Steve Phillips, the GM, this morning they met again. That towards short. That'll be 1 hopped by Rich Orel. Lopez retired. A decision has been made that Todd Hundley will be a pinch hitter from now on. He is not going to play in the outfield anymore. How it happened? Well, Bobby Valentine and Todd today both met the press together in the hallway outside the Mets locker room. Apparently last night after the game, and it was another tough night in left field for Todd Hundley. Bobby Valentine said something to the press about the left field situation that had to be dealt with. Ooh, down goes Ordonez. Breaking ball that didn't. Todd Hundley was brought. The press went to Todd Hundley, and they're still meeting here in the press box today. The New York writers are gathered around Steve Phillips upstairs here right now. We're going to try and get Steve in later on. Apparently, Todd Hundley, the press went back to Todd and said, look, Bobby's talking about a situation in left. Todd went back to the hotel, called Bobby Valentine, according to Bobby, said, look, this isn't working. I got to come out of there. We got to do something about it. They met again this morning. Then they talked to the press and said he's not going to play out here. He's going to be a pinch hitter from now on, and we'll give it the last month of the season here to see what develops.
The Mets are holding Butch Husky back off the active list because they don't have room for him. They can open up the roster on the 1st of September and go to 40 players.
Husky has come back and joined the club after 2 or 3 games at the minor league level. The 2-2 delivery, grounded again to short. Rich Orel.
One of the interesting things that came out of that press conference was when asked whether Todd Hundley would be a part of the postseason roster, Bobby Valentine saying, we'll have to wait and see. And that's, I guess, the best way to handle something like that. You don't know, but Todd appearing very obviously depressed during that conference.
Boy, it was tough.
Yep.
Grounded down to third, and a base hit for Hideo Nomo. His 8th hit of the year, 8 for 45 for the Met pitcher, and it's a 2-out single here in the second inning. Well, the Hundley case has been a problem here since he came back. I mean, they're saying his arm is good. Bobby Valentine said, look, he's made throws from the outfield. They've been good. I don't agree with that. I think Todd's had a huge problem throwing the baseball.
Well, as far as throwing from left field, it may be good for left field, but if you put him behind home plate, and you're not going to do that not with Piazza healthy. Find out about Piazza after the season, whether the Mets want to sign him or not. But there's a big difference in throwing behind home plate and throwing in left field. You can't wind up and throw the ball behind the plate.
I mean, Todd this morning talked about the boredom of playing in the outfield, his term, how you're out of the game. I can't hit with this. It just doesn't work. He was asked, are you going to be a catcher next year? And he said, I am going to be a catcher next year. Somewhere.
Well, the Mets have a lot of problems to address. Whether they can sign Piazza. If they sign him, Piazza's got to play behind the plate.
Right. If they sign Mike Piazza, Todd Hundley's gone. I mean, that's what you have to figure right now.
And the problem is, and I agree with you, Tim, he does not throw well. And even from the outfield with 2 steps. So you have to think, well, the American League and the DH. If he thinks boredom is bad in the outfield, what do you sit on the bench and hit just 4 times a day? That's going to be really tough.
Well, of course, by the time next year rolls around, that arm's going to have 6 or 7 months more to heal, and it may be ready to throw from behind the plate next year, but certainly not now.
Tough situation. 3-2. Runner at first base. Lenny Harris, home run, leading off the ball game. Puts that one to center field. Ellis Burks in position on that one. He's got it, and that'll do it. Harris retired, no runs, a base hit, one left on for the Mets. In San Francisco, the Mets have the 2-0 lead. Back after this from Cadillac.
The following message is brought to you by Cadillac and your local Cadillac dealers. Not just open, wide open, with up to $5,000 in factory-to-dealer cash on the quick and nimble DeVille, up to $4,000 in dealer cash on the one-of-a-kind Eldorado, and incredible lease rates on the luxury and fun of Catera and the power and control of Seville. So don't hold back, because we're open and we mean business. See your Cadillac dealer today.
My mind is less fuzzy.
Here's what real people think about Ginkgoba.
Ginkgoba has given me a sharpness and an alertness that I didn't have before.
I felt a remarkable difference.
Talked to my doctor about Ginkgoba. He said, take it, it will help your memory.
Clinical evidence shows the natural supplement Ginkgoba safely increases the flow of oxygen to the brain, sharpening concentration, mental focus, even helping to improve your memory.
Ginkgoba has helped me to think better.
I think Ginkgoba's helped clear my mind. It's just cleared the cobwebs out.
Think better. Think Ginkgoba.
Get him out of there. Bust it up, boys. Let's go.
There's ordinary beer. And then there's Michelob. Beer or Michelob?
John Gotti, Woody Allen, and Uma Thurman are on the list. How about you? It's your money. Friday at 8, only on UPN 9.
New York Mets will be continuing their road trip here in San Francisco tomorrow. It'll be another 12:30 local time start. Armando Reynoso and Danny Darwin. Then a big 4-game series in L.A. Jones, Leiter, Yoshi, and Reed for the Mets. Perez, Bohannon, Dave Malicki, and Chan-Ho Park will be pitching for the Dodgers. We will be on Friday night for that game at 10:05 Eastern Time right here on UPN 9 in the Dodgers series. Former Dodger Hideo Nomo retired the side in order. 2 strikeouts in the first, facing former Met Jeff Kent, then Burks and Carter here in the second inning. What a season Jeff Kent is having. He's got a 5-game hit streak, 9 for his last 18. But on the year, particularly the second half here, Kent has been piling up the RBIs. He's got 92 runs batted in and 22 home runs. Go along with that 291 average.
13 of those home runs, Gary, in the last 30 games. Talk about a bunch in a very short period of time.
And 40 runs batted in those last 30 games.
What a huge help he has been for this club. Hitting behind Bonds, of course, with the hope that not only Kent would produce, but also Bonds would get to see a few more pitches to hit. Hideo Nomo, the 0-1 delivery to him, and the big cut foul back 0-2. Lifetime against the Mets. Kent's a .266 hitter in his career against his former team. 3 homers, 11 RBIs against New York.
Gary, I will be the first one to admit that I did not think that Jeff Kent would be this type of ball player. And I think a lot of other people feel that way also. The Mets trading him to Cleveland, and then after a brief stop with the Indians, coming here to San Francisco, and he has really flourished with this ball club.
He just was not happy in New York.
Nope.
It was not a place for him. Hideo Nomo's 3 Ks.
One thing about him, though, he was always a very hard-nosed type of player. He was aggressive and tough, and that's finally broken through and is showing up in this performance as a hitter.
Ellis Burks, one of the added Giants, and their run for the postseason, and what they hope will be a help after they get there. And Burks up with 1 down and nobody on. And a strike at the knees on the outside corner.
Ralph, you know exactly what I'm talking about when you talk about angry and anger when you're young. A lot of young players, I'll tell you, I had that problem. They take their anger out before they get up to the plate. And if you can channel that anger into a swing and on contact, that's when you got it licked. And that's what I think Jeff Kent has learned how to do a lot better than he did in his earlier days.
He has really matured. There's no doubt about that. I remember times when he'd come back from being out at first base and push the television camera away, and he would take it out on everybody. And actually, I think the ball players disliked him, and they moved him because of that.
I think that's true. That has changed. 0-2 delivery on the way. Foul back on the fastball. Remains 0-2 Dallas Burks.
It's knowing where to channel that anger and all that frustration. If you can channel it to the making contact, there are a lot of guys who are angry swingers on contact. That's when it's helpful to you.
0-2 down to third. Big hop for Edgardo Alfonzo over to John Olerud. 2 down. So Burks retired, 2 away. Mets on top, 2-0. Trying to maintain their lead in that wild card race. The Cubs having won today.
You know, when guys signed to play professional baseball, all of them were stars in their division. You're all everything, and you're not used to making outs. And now all of a sudden, everybody you're playing against was all everything too. So they're going to get you out sometimes, and that's the toughest thing for a young hitter in particular to realize. For a pitcher, I mean, they throw 7 no-hitters their high school year, things like that. Nobody hits them, but up here they do.
It's a major mental adjustment, isn't it?
Sure is.
You really have to know how to cope, and so many can't. And that's the difference between being a star in college or high school and not making it on the major league level.
Joe Carter hits this one to right field off the end of the bat, though. And that'll be hauled in by Lenny Harrison. Carter's retired. So Hideo Nomo has retired the first 6 Giants faced in this game. Mets continue on top. Back after this from Omnicorp.
I'd like a wireless phone.
Come here. Free phone if you sign up today, plus a zillion free minutes. Off-peak only, after a monthly service charge, which I change it will. Sign here.
What's this?
You're indebted to me forever, yada, yada, yada.
A contract?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
At OmniPoint, we have no contract to sign and no hidden charges. So there's nothing to be afraid of.
Look, I'm going to let you keep your firstborn.
OmniPoint. Clear sound, straight deal.
Get a $129 Siemens digital phone for just $49.
What is Nicorette? Nicotine replacement gum. It helps you stop smoking cigarettes, but you don't chew it like regular gum. You bite Nicorette until it tingles. Then you hold it between your cheek and your gum. And you get a lower level of nicotine to help you fight your cravings. And as your cravings get fewer and fewer, you use less and less and less Nicorette until you use none. And none is a wonderful number.
Nicorette gum helps you fight your cravings, your habit, your way. You can do it. Nicorette can help.
My name is Walter Fischer. I design cars for Volkswagen.
I like to drive them. Marketing people ask me to design a special driver's car. I thought, well, I'll design it like my car. With a spoiler, alloy wheels, sunroof. Non-standard. My wife thinks they should call it the Walter Fischer edition.
They said they'd think about it.
The road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
New York Mets on top. Lenny Harris, a home run to start this ball game out off Orel Hershiser, and an RBI single by Brian McRae. Both runs coming in the first inning. Hershiser's given up the 2 runs on 4 hits, walking 1, striking out 1. As we go to the third, Edgardo Alfonzo. Alfonzo had a single and scored in the first. Olerud and Piazza to follow. Down low by Hershiser. Orel Hershiser making his 28th start for the Giants. 4-5 here at home with a 4.43 earned run average. And Alfonzo chops that one outside of third base. 1-1. Hershiser's had trouble getting leadoff guys off in an inning, retiring only 64% of them this year, which is not very high. He's had a lot of base runners off him. And that one looped the other way, foul. 1-2 count on Alfonzo.
He had to change his number. His old number was 55, and it's worn by Sean Estes, the fine left-hand pitcher of the Giants, and he wouldn't give it to him. So he had to go to 53.
88 again. Right field, right center. Bernard circles around. Alfonso's out of there, one down.
Sean Estes, the inability to pitch since July the 11th, a bad shoulder. I understand he will be going down for rehab and perhaps pitch next week when the Giants go to Dodger Stadium.
Boy, would that be a huge pick-me-up if, in fact, one he can pitch and one he can pitch effectively. Sean Estes is expected to be the star of their staff this season. The injury has kept him out. He wasn't able to do it. So, he's 26 years old. You make a return down to third. Great stop. Bill Miller got him. Oh, tip your cap on that one. Olerud robbed of a double.
Not only did he not knock it down, he caught it. He robbed him of a double and then a single, and then he threw him out. Not hit hard, but look at this play by Bill Miller. How in the world do you get up and make the strong throw to get Olerud by a couple of steps? What a play.
He's really an underrated ball player and does a great job for the Giants.
Hershiser gets big-time help right there. Instead of a runner at second, one out. There are two down, nobody on. Mike Piazza drew the only walk given up by Hershiser in the game. That one up the middle off the mound is a base hit. So Piazza's got a two-out single here in the third inning. Mets have their fifth hit of the ball game.
Piazza getting his first hit off his former teammate. He's now 1 for 4 against him.
Mets is putting up some fine offensive numbers, both overall in the year and since joining the New York Mets. He came in hitting .320 with New York. Brian McRae, a single and an RBI in his first at-bat. Ryan Johnson out to get that one. Two down, runner on at first base. Brian McRae on the season now, up to 63 runs batted in. Movement inside, foul tipped, held on to, 1-1. And has been extremely productive here in the second half of the season. Now 3 for 7 with 1 home run lifetime off Hershiser. Stays outside to him, 2 balls and 1 strike. One position in the outfield that's a stable position for the Mets is McRae in center. Lots of movement elsewhere. Bobby Valentine was asked today, what are you going to do with left field now? And he said, I'm going to platoon people. Matt Franco's going to get some at-bats with Todd Hundley not playing there anymore. Butch Husky, when he gets back. Tony Phillips, of course, natural left fielder, will be out there. 3-1 delivery, swung on and missed, 3-2. And right field will be much the same way. Those stash of outfielders the Mets have will be moved around between left and right. And Phillips probably will get a lot of that left field work. Gray moves back in, 3-2, 2 down. Carter backs off. Piazza goes, drilled deep to right field. McRae watching, but it will turn foul.
McRae just out in front of that curveball and pulling the ball foul. When you go to 3-2 and you got Hershiser on the mound, you're going to get a lot of breaking balls on those counts. 3-2, 3-1, 2-0. Usually fastball counts, but not from Orel.
Gray keeps that count at 3-2. That's again will be going on the pitch with 2 down. A lot of room outside of third. Miller, long runs, not enough here though. Out of play. Hershiser throwing a lot of pitches early on in this ball game. Not unusual for him, since he has to move the ball around so much. Third time on a 3-2 count coming up to McRae. Piazza goes, grounded towards first, cut off Carter. Hershiser covers. And they get the out. No runs, a base hit. One left on. Bottom of the third. Coming up from 3Com after this from Mobil Oil.
Do you believe the old way of buying gas is dead? We do. Speed Pass from Mobil. It's the fastest way to get gas. Just wave it past the pump. And like magic, you're gone. Speed Pass, only at Mobil, lets you take wing.
Winners are like snowflakes, each one different from the next. Take Carol O'Rourke from Rochester. She just won Win for Life. Carol said an extra $1,000 a week for life will give her the chance to spend a lot more time with her family. Oh, winners are special people, aren't they, Youppi? I guess that makes me a special people person.
We have a winner!
A winner. Isn't that nice?
Summer means clearance. Get $1,500 cash back on Plymouth Neon or low 1.9 financing for as long as 60 months. See your nearby Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
2-2 off speed.
All fans who show up at Shea on Saturday, September 5th, will get a free Mets ski cap courtesy of Chase.
2-1 pitch hit in the air to deep right field. That goes Walker looking up at the wall, and it's out of here.
Be here as the Mets try to secure the wild card against the Atlanta Braves. For tickets, call 718-507-TIXX.
Welcome back, San Francisco, everybody. Some fans of maybe Hideo Nomo on hand here. Today's game brought to you by Budweiser Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball.
I was talking to Leonard Coppett, the great ex-writer of the Times. He's retired now, but he was talking about a book that he has coming out. There's Leonard in the upper tier sitting behind Art Spander. He used to write for the Chronicle, San Francisco Chronicle. He's now with an Oakland paper. Leonard with some interesting points. He's always got an interesting take on things. But the book is called The Concise History of Baseball, which is an interesting title, isn't it? Concise History of Baseball. I said, how many pages is it? He said it was. Round ball, round bat, hit it square. That's too concise. 500 pages out in a month.
Bill Miller breaking ball as he leads it off here. First at bat, 0-2 count.
Obviously, we're not just plugging the book, but one of his points was that before the 1927 season, manager Miller Huggins of the Yankees had this to say about his New York Yankees. These guys are making too much money.
That's to the point.
Isn't that wonderful?
That's concise.
1927. That it's easy for this team to be complacent, and it's my job to make sure that they're not. Well, they ended up winning 110 games, and Ruth hit 60 that year.
Was that the same year that Ruth took Miller Huggins on the back of the train and hung him out over the railroad tracks?
Wanted to see if there was any more money.
That's it, shaking him down.
Shaking his pockets, right?
Here's the 2-2 to Bill Miller from Nomo, and he got him. Nomo's got 4 Ks, and he's retired 7 in a row.
Also, before the 1928 season, and I did not know this. I've never read this anywhere. Before the 1928 season, the National League voted to adopt the designated hitter. The year after Babe Ruth hit the 60 home runs, the National League voted to adopt the DH, and the AL turned it down.
That's amazing. It's the opposite now.
Yeah, right.
There is nothing new under the sun.
The reason
players get paid too much.
It's
the
unbelievable.
DH is still being argued about, and owners don't have any money.
The game hasn't changed in the last 70 years. Exactly. And the owners, that's right. They don't have any money, and they're not making any money.
Ryan Johnson fouls it off, 2 strikeouts.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah, further proof. 0-2 count on Brian Johnson. Hideo Nomo, who's lost his last 3, 1 win in his last 5. Starting out like a house of fire here. Johnson stays the 2-strike count.
You know, you hang around Leonard Coppett and you'll find out an awful lot of things.
You'll learn something, won't you?
I'll say
That's
he told me at the Hall of Fame that Ty Cobb, 11 years, hit 100 points higher than the rest of the league average.
Swung on and missed. Split-fingered pitch. That's 5 Ks. And the Giant batters right now aren't even close.
Nomo looking like the Nomo of July 11th, 1995. Make that August 5th of 95. He pitched a one-hitter here at Candlestick, giving up an infield hit to Royce Clayton in the 8th inning. Clayton breaking up the perfect game. In that game, he retired 24 in a row.
Orel Hershiser, the opposing pitcher, and that one's bounced. Hershiser 9 for 54.
He retired 23 in a row, and then Clayton got the hit with 2 out in the 8th inning, the infield hit. But Nomo has always pitched well in this ballpark and against the Giants.
Doing it again here today. 4-2 lifetime, his record against San Francisco. Hershiser leans back, but a strike called anyway. 1 ball, 1 strike. Orel Hershiser, as the hitter this season, he's had 1 RBI and 1 extra base hit, a double. Breaking ball up high to him, 2-1. We said Hideo Nomo is oftentimes an enigma, just trying to figure it out. He's 1-6 on the road this year with a 5.58 earned run average. 4-5 at his home ballpark, be it Dodger Stadium or Shea. Hershiser, a new way of hitting. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I guess they did this in 1928 too. Throw the bat at the ball.
I'm sure they did.
Check this out.
This is the split finger fastball, and that's about as bad a swing as you can take.
Now, Ralph, hitters have to adjust. Nomo has bounced 3 or 4 pitches about 50 feet, so Hershiser's adjusting. He's throwing the bat out there and hitting the ball on the bounce. Swung on, missed. Piazza will make the tag. And that'll do it. He struck the side out. Has retired all 9 Giants faced with 6 strikeouts. Back after this from Honda.
Win-win. The state or condition of getting what you want at a really good price. Conversational use, I was in a no-lose situation. Welcome to the 98 Honda Clearance. Don't you just love it when you win?
Having fun yet? Then get to the Summer of Fun and nobody beats the Whiz. Buy the fun stuff you want and get more fun stuff, like special offers, tickets to games, Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall with select purchases. See newspaper for details. Nobody beats the Whiz, a Cablevision company.
We argue all the time as to who has the better lawn.
They're all envious of my Scott lawn, definitely.
Scott does it for all 3 of us.
Now, during the summer, my grass takes a beating.
A heavy sun, droughts.
What the grass needs is turf builder.
About September, I put on a turf builder.
It pumps it up, it rejuvenates it,
Gives it that extra punch for the roots.
You gotta feed it.
That's beautiful lawn. Look at that.
Look at that.
Nice and green.
It's thick, it's flush.
Fall is the best time of year to put down Scott's turf builder.
It's Your Money, Friday at 8, only on UPN 9.
We think this may be the youngster after whom Bobbinhead Dome was recreated.
He's got his glove and he's ready.
Ready to go. Come on, Mom. Tell him to hit one to me. Cute kid. Great to have you with us here in San Francisco as the Mets with a 2-0 lead, getting 2 runs in the first inning off Orel Hershiser. Lenny Harris a homer, RBI, McRae and a single. This one, first ball hit second base, and Hershiser got the quick out. 1 down, Tony Phillips 0 for 2 in the ballgame. 1 away here in the 4th inning.
You know, we mentioned earlier that Hershiser had to give up his number 55 and took 53 in honor of Don Drysdale. And he said it was no big deal. He says, all my wife's jewelry is 55. I have a room that's in shape of 55. He says, I have a floor that's hardwood floor, and it's got 55 in it. And he said, all my crystal is marked with 55. He said, well, that's no big deal.
That's a man who can adjust right there. Take a look at our Nobody Beats the Wiz out-of-town scoreboard. Hershiser. The foul ball off the bat of Lopez, grounded out his first time up.
You know, you don't see many ex-Dodgers playing for the Giants, but there have been a few. You have guys like Duke Snyder, who played with the Dodgers and then went to the Giants. And Dusty Baker and Brett Butler, Juan Marichal, Johnny Roseboro.
You're talking about the California edition of the Giants. Right. Now, back in the the late 40s and the 50s, there were a lot of Dodgers and Giants.
Well, Jackie Robinson didn't go. He was sold to the Giants and didn't play.
He retired, right?
0-2 delivery by Hershiser is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A long running competitive edge of these two teams, of course, established in New York and carried on out here to the West Coast. It has not diminished. If anything, it's increased. 1-2, reached for, grounded to short. William, 2 down. Hershiser's getting the ground ball outs now. Mets got 2 runs, 3 hits in the first inning. Since then, they've had 2 base hits. Handling it at short. Number 1 fielding shortstop, by the way, in the National League, Richard Ridley. We're talking about Bill Miller. That left side of the infield for this ball club defensively is not one that will be talked about a lot, but they really do a heck of a job.
Really is very good.
Gets the balls, good arm. Fouled off by Ray Ordonez, who grounded out his first time up.
Really from Brooklyn, and one time worked in the Metropolitan Opera. Not as a singer. He was a stagehand.
And Rick wanted me to say hi to his parents, who are back living in New Jersey right now. So to the Aurelias, that is a foul ball. Rick, Lorraine, Anthony, brother. Your son and brother out here says hello. He's thinking of you. So they couldn't stay in Brooklyn once he left. They had to leave and moved over to New Jersey.
He's gone from working at the Mets to playing against the Mets.
0-2 count, 2 down, nobody on. Ray Ordonez trying to get Hideo Nomo an at-bat here, so he won't have to lead off the next inning. Chops that one towards third. Bill Miller cuts it off, makes the running throw high. Carter got it and stepped in the bag. So a 1-2-3 inning, first in the game that Orel Hershiser has had. The Mets runs in the first continue to hold up, though, back after this from Toyota.
Got a minute?
I got a fish.
Well, Toyota's national clearance event is here, and it's time to get great values on a huge selection of 1998 Toyotas, like the legendary 4Runner, named the best overall value in its class, and RAV4 with one of the lowest maintenance costs in its class. So take time to catch the values at Toyota's national clearance event, now at your Toyota dealer.
For 100 years, Biv the Michelin Man has symbolized our never-ending quest to invent the best tires in the world. Michelin, celebrating 100 years of innovation.
Thanks to George Pataki, 200,000 uninsured children now have health care. New York's a better place because George Pataki is our governor.
What you want is a great selection of cars at a great price. What you need is Ford's factory-authorized clearance going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because during Ford's factory-authorized clearance, you can get low 0% financing on Ford Taurus. Plus, get $750 cash back. What you want is style and performance. What you need is a Ford Taurus with low 0% financing and $750 cash back. And what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory-authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store today.
Welcome back, everybody. You're going to shade yourself from the sun. Mets on top by a score of 2-0, and today's game is being brought to you by Nobody Beats the Wiz. For total entertainment, nobody beats the Wiz. A Cablevision company. And by your local Greater New York Toyota dealer. Toyota every day.
Different form of cable vision there, right?
That one goes up and down the hills. Our cable vision just flies through the air. Great shot. It is a lovely day here on the West Coast, San Francisco. You know what happened to me once? This is the honest to God truth. I was on it. I like to ride the cable cars hanging off the side, of course. I was on an American Airlines flight once, and they were running a promo for the city of San Francisco. Showed the cable car coming down the hill. Guess who was leaning out on the front of it?
You.
Me.
Come on.
I'm looking up. I'm like, hey.
I thought you were going to say you were leaning out of the American Airlines plane.
Well, it's been a couple of times I've tried that, but they wouldn't open the door. Marvin Bedard struck out his first time up. I, of course, immediately called my agent.
Probably still getting residuals.
That's right. Hideo Nomo. Giants have done nothing against him. He's retired. The first 9 has walked none, struck out 6. 1-0 count. Bernard 1 for 7 lifetime off 29-year-old right-hander. Fouls back to pitch 1-1. Breaking ball, waited on it. Didn't get much of it, though. Olerud to flip over to Nomo. And that will retire Bernard. 1 down.
That was a tricky hop for John Olerud, and this is why infield instructors tell infielders to stay below the hop. It softens the hands, and you can make a play when the ball is tricky like there. You see how that ball came up? It's about mid-thigh high. You might think that's an easy play. Watch it come up. But Olerud below the hop makes a nice play, makes a routine play out of a tricky hop.
It's easier to come up with the ball than go down.
Yeah, when you go down, you're stabbing at the ball. Also, a better chance for the ball to trickle through the wickets.
Rich Aurelia going after that split-fingered pitch, even though it bounced. He tried to hold up, couldn't do it. Home plate umpire Jerry Davis didn't need any help on that one. And a 1-strike count. Nomo really has the Giant hitters frustrated here today. They're nowhere in sync with his delivery, and the at-bats from Nomo's position have been outstanding because they're not getting anything on the ball. That one hit in the air to center field. McRae over. 2 down. Really retired. 2 down here in the 4th. Ralph mentioned earlier the problem for Hideo Nomo this year has been those 86 walks, tied for the league high. He stays away from that, throws strikes, gets ahead of hitters, and this guy is tough. He has retired only 61% of leadoff batters against him in innings this year. Very low. Not here today. Here's Bonds. Called out on strikes his first time up. Way inside to him. Barry hitting at 285 on the year. He's reached that 400 mark, of course, in his career. 400 homers, 400 stolen bases. Only player ever to do that. Breaking ball in the dirt to him. 2 balls and no strikes.
He says he wants to be around to do 500. Got a chance.
Got a chance. 27 home runs on the season. That one last night. Fouls that one off, and a 2-ball 1-strike count. Hitting .372 over the last dozen games with 5 homers and 14 RBIs. Not have a particularly good first half. After the All-Star break, he's tried to turn it on here and help this ball club reach postseason. 2-1 delivery by Nomo. It's there. Looking split-fingered. Got fastball. 2-2.
That's the second 2-1 fastball Nomo has thrown Bonds.
Throws it both times.
Yeah, threw him a 2-0 splitter and then a 2-1 fastball.
2-2, 2 down. Just enough to follow back.
And another fastball. Right here, the last two pitches, a fastball, really a good pitch to hit, and back again with a fastball.
See what he does with him now on the 2-2. Just missed outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
He went to the fork ball there and goes to a full count. The second one he's had.
3-2 count. Foul ball.
One thing that's been really peculiar with Nomo is the fact he was not getting his fastball in the strike zone. He was going to Splitter all right, but he couldn't throw the fastball over the plate.
3-2 delivery again. And Bonds goes down swinging. Took something off that. That is the second time Bonds has struck out in this ball game, and not a happy man. The Mets up 2-0. And nothing off Nomo. Back after this from Ford.
What you want is America's best-selling compact sport utility at a great price. What you need is Ford's factory-authorized clearance, going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because during Ford's factory-authorized clearance, you can get low 1.9 financing on any '98 Ford Explorer, or lease an Explorer XLT for just $359 a month, or lease an Explorer Sport for just $299 a month. What you want is huge savings, and what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory-authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store now.
Hey, nice crowd tonight.
Oh, yeah. We talked to our manager, and he said that we can't play for free beer anymore.
That's what he said, huh?
He said that if you want us to keep playing here, you just got to come up with something better.
There's ordinary beer. Then there's the smooth, refreshing taste of Michelob Light.
I'm the band's manager. I get 10% of everything they make.
Beer or Michelob?
Hello?
Susan, it's Fred.
Hi. Are we still on for tonight?
Indeed. I have reservations at Chez Joseph.
Really? That place is always booked.
Well, Shay's a personal friend of mine. Pick you up at 7.
Okay. So, do you look as good as you sound?
OmniPoint, 100% digital, 0% hassle. Get a $179 Ericsson 388, the latest in digital wireless, for $49.
Why is a tornado dangerous? Well, let me count the ways. The 3 strikeouts in the third. Bill Miller first. Splitter. Brian Johnson. Splitter. Orel Hershiser. Fastball, and now Barry Bonds to end the fourth. 12 in a row retired by Nomo.
7 strikeouts in the game for him already. Wow. 1-1 delivery. Big cut. And again, not even close on that one. Orel Hershiser giving up the 2 in the first inning. And Nomo has got another base hit. Hideo Nomo throw to first, not in time by Bernard, as he was playing very shallow and made the throw over. 2 for 2 for Nomo off Hershiser.
This is his 8th and 9th hits in this ball game. His 9th coming right there, and he has to hurry to get to first base. Carl Ferrello of the Brooklyn Dodgers used to throw runners out of first base quite often.
So lead-off single for Hideo Nomo. 6 hits for the Mets. Lenny Harris, a home run leading off the ball game on the second pitch, his 3rd of the year.
How about this follow-through as a swing right here, Ralph? You gotta love that. That looks like my 3-iron.
That was your 3-iron on the bailout.
Strike on the outside corner to Harris, 0-2.
It looked like your 3-iron. You're not kidding.
I know it.
Keep saying it, Ralph. I like it a lot. 0-2. And that one comes back to Hershiser. There's a 1, Aurelia the flip off the bag at first.
Low throw by Hershiser at second base. Orel very, very upset with himself. He does not give Rich Aurelia a good pitch to handle. Lenny Harris running hard. See how low it is? That forces Aurelia to go down, throw off the wrong foot. He doesn't get anything on it. And Lenny Harris hustling all the way, beats the play.
Fielder's choice, Lenny Harris on. Nomo the force out at second base. One down. Edgardo Alfonzo 1 for 2, a single and a run scored in the first inning. And a pitch out. And Lenny Harris not going anywhere. Harris has 3 stolen bases. 3 for 7. Base stealers are 8 for 10 against Orel Hershiser. Coming into the ball game today, Brian McRae was thrown out by Brian Johnson in the first inning. So 8 for 11 on the year. Base runners against Hershiser. Slider away, 2-0 and Alfonzo. Gardo hitting at 274. Checking with Rojas down at third. Runner not going, and a strike at the knees. Gardo's hitting .319 here in August, so he continues to up his average and hitting better against left-handers. Over the last month, he's been below 200 against left-handers virtually all of this year. He's got that up to 217 now.
You may see Lenny Harris going here. Ideal count on which to hit and run.
So Hershiser throws over. Means a 2-1 count on Alfonzo. Not a big lead at first, not going. Grounded down to third. Miller will go to second. They get one. Relay will not be in time. Ball not hit hard enough. So a couple of fielder's choice ground balls here. Harris taken out at second base. Miller to Kent, 2 down. And let's take a look at our new Dodge quiz. Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. For which team did each play his last game? Willie, Mickey, and the Duke.
Well, Mickey played with the Yankees throughout his career.
Willie Mays, that should be pretty easy.
That's an easy one. 1973, his last game.
Last game against Oakland in the World Series. I'll never forget that game. I was doing the TV for the network, and I was sent down to the locker room in case the Mets won the game to interview, and Willie Mays was taken out of that game, and he was sitting in the locker room. And if you ever saw the picture of Dorian Gray, Willie Mays looked like that. He looked like an old man. It was his last game he ever played.
He's here today at the ballpark.
Oh, he is. I didn't see him.
Yeah.
2 dozen. Best player I ever saw.
John Olerud towards the hole. Aurelia backhands. He's got to go to first. High throw off the facade. Going to third. Edgardo Alfonzo. Ball's alive. Over to get it's Brian Johnson. They're going to credit Olerud with a single and an error on the throw to move the runner over to third base. Staying at first, Olerud.
That ball trickling along the photographer's well, along the right field foul line. A high throw by Aurelia. He has no chance to get Alfonzo at second base. And that ball bouncing around on the fence over there. Keep this in mind. The inability of Orel Hershiser, the bad throw to second base, the inability for the Giants to complete that double play has kept this inning alive, and Dusty Baker out to talk to Hershiser, and this is a key situation in this game.
Should have, could have been out of the inning, but isn't. And now runners at first and third, and Mike Piazza coming up. Dusty Baker wants to chat. We talked about all this foul territory here at 3Com Park. It's great for pop-ups for the defense, but it's a problem for bad throws because you got a long way to go to chase balls down here that get by first base or end up rolling outside of third on throws from the outfield. Long way to the stands. So a key moment in this game. Mets are leading at 2-0. 7 hits now off Hershiser. Runners on at first and third. First error of the ball game. Giants who rank third in club fielding behind Atlanta and San Diego. Piazza inside, ball one. Piazza's had a single and a walk. Piazza gets the RBI opportunity here for the Mets. With New York, Piazza hitting over 320 now, and he's had 49 runs batted in the 81 games he's played with the Mets.
A half a season.
One ball, one strike count. Alfonso off third, Olerud off first. Sliders outside, 2-1.
Have to go into that conversation and feel like, at least I feel like Dusty Baker said, well, if you walk Piazza, who cares? Rather pitch to McRae with 2 outs. It's one of the rare times you'd rather pitch to a left-hander instead of a right-hander if you have a right-handed pitcher on the mound.
2-1 delivery. Way inside, it goes by. It is a wild pitch and a run will score. Edgardo Alfonso crosses the plate, and the Mets take a 3-0 lead on the inside pitch of Orel Hershiser.
Well, welcome to the problem of trying to pitch around a guy with a runner on at third. Chance for the wild pitch, the 10th of the year by Hershiser.
Right here, the inside fastball driving Piazza back and off the glove of Johnson. And the Mets pick up a big run.
First base open. If you're going to walk him, why not just do it?
Sure. Probably be a breaking ball way away.
Outside, ball 4. So Hershiser, second walk, both picked up by Piazza, but a costly attempt to pitch around there. Olerud down at second, Piazza on at first with 2 down, and McRae coming up.
That points up, Gary and Ralph, that it's so much different when you pitch around a batter like Piazza with a runner on at second base as opposed to a runner on at third. Wild pitch at third, it's a run. Wild pitch at second, you move 90 feet.
So an RBI chance now for McRae, who got one in the first inning, and the pitch is outside for a ball. Lenny Harris has had a home run. McRae's had an RBI single, 3rd run scoring here in the 5th inning, and a wild pitch by Orel Hershiser, and the Mets up 3-0. Olerud, remember, not particularly fast, the lead runner here. Hershiser way outside on both those pitches, 2-0.
And keep in mind the inability to turn the double play, responsible for 1 run. That, more than anything else, when you don't do the routine things in baseball right, that more than anything else comes back to bite you.
And it was Hershiser who was his own enemy there as he made that throw to second base too low to give Aurelia a chance to come across the bag and relay to first for 2.
And the scoring on the play, no error on the bad throw, or because you can't assume a double play. I never really understood that. If it's a bad throw, it's a bad throw.
2-1 delivery to McRae. That launched into center field. Base hit. Burks up with it. Olerud coming home. Throw to the plate. Johnson not in time. And the Mets have a 4-0 lead. Brian McRae, second hit, second RBI of the ball game.
Well, Burks, who said he didn't want to play center field and wants to play either left or right, had a good shot at throwing Olerud out at home. Line drive, hit hard to center, good bounce, and the throw up the line is shade, but not a strong throw. Good slide by Olerud, and the Mets have tacked another on.
Well, you know, does it not seem that every RBI that Brian McRae has gotten in the second half has been a big RBI?
Go-ahead RBIs, game-winning RBIs.
Oh, absolutely. You don't see Brian McRae driving a run to make it 9-2.
No.
He drives in a run to make it 3-2, 4-2, 4-1, something like that.
Big clutch hits. So Hershiser now has given up 4 runs, 8 hits. Bullpen will be activated by Dusty Baker for the Giants. Tony Phillips 0 for 2, 2 on, 2 down. Mets have come up big here with 2 outs. And a 1-strike count on Tony Phillips. Phillips at 235 on the season, 0 for 2 in this ball game, but 7 for 18 lifetime off Hershiser. Hershiser again misses outside with it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chicago Cubs won today. over Cincinnati 9-2. Sammy Sosa delivering his 52nd home run. Now one behind Mark McGwire. The wild card race. It used to be tight. Mets started the day a game ahead of Chicago. Now a half game up pending the outcome of this ball game.
This wild card race now is tighter than Gypsy Rose Lee's Garter.
Watch it now.
Garter.
Okay.
You watch it.
Well, I thought you might say something else.
Like what?
Okay. Julian Tavares warming up in the bullpen. Tony Phillips at the plate with a 1-2 count. Call me the savior. Popped up. Shortstop. Aurelia Bonds is playing shallow, though, so he gets there and puts it away. And as the song goes, just in the nick of time, that ending inning play, the Mets have a 4-0 lead. Back after this from First Union.
Like what?
We all have that one thing we hope to do one of these days. Not right away. Probably not even in the next few years. But anyway, pretty soon. But for a lot of us, pretty soon comes along pretty fast. And somehow, that one thing we've intended to do never gets done. Because while it was something we always hoped to do, we never really planned to do it. Let us help you plan your future with investment programs from the brokerage professionals at First Union. Talk to us. Not just pretty soon, but as soon as you can. So that the one thing you'd hoped you'd do one day, you actually will.
The Toyota Land Cruiser. For nearly 50 years, its capability has been legendary, unbeatable, until now. Toyota's first V8 Land Cruiser has arrived with an all-new 230-horsepower V8 engine and a smoother, quieter, more luxurious ride. More room inside. More convenience features than ever before. And a look that says roughing it doesn't get any smoother than this. The all-new V8 Toyota Land Cruiser. Get the real picture at your Toyota dealer now.
This man's home is his hassle.
Look at this, my two little princesses. Come here, son.
To rest them.
Coming this fall to UPN 9.
You know, there's a young man on the right who's never going to have a problem with wearing ties and eating out.
No.
He understands already. Just strip.
May have a problem with his teeth, but
Speaking
not with ties.
Gypsy.
Well, that's the only way to eat. Sugar. Can't do like that.
There was a comma. Did you see that comma? That's the only way to eat. Sugar. You were talking to somebody? Hideo Nomo. Who right now there's zeros across as the Giants haven't even come close. He has struck out 7. Kent, one of those victims, leads it off. And a pitch on the inside corner for a strike.
They haven't hit a ball hard yet.
Nope, one fly ball, Aurelia a little bit to center field, but that's been it.
Ice cream!
290 for Kent on the year, and a check swing. Check at first. Did he go? Yes, he did. Jerry Meals. Now, that tells you how Nomo's pitching. I mean, those are the kind of swings the Giant hitters are taking. Check swings. 2-strike count. That's on top 4-0 now. Way outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
52 pitches for Nomo. And one of the things that might be happening with Nomo, he seems to be slowing up his delivery. He makes that real pause at the top and a big turn. Not rushing his pitches like he has been. And that might be one of the reasons why his control.
That's a good point, Ralph, because when you slow things down, just like in any athletic endeavor, you do more things right. Keep the shoulder in there. It's just like hitting. It's like Todd Hundley's swing for the last month, trying to bail out and really trying too hard, trying to hit 5-run homers.
Look at that pause up there. It's very deliberate and slow.
Inside fastball fouled off. 2-2 on Jeff Kent.
Much more compact.
He's gathered himself, it looks like, into a more compact position.
2-2 on Kent. 5-game hit streak. 9 hits in his last 19 at bats for this red-hot Giant. And he launches that one to left field, and there's the first hit. A 6-game hit streak as the perfect game pitched through 4 innings ends here with a leadoff single by Kent.
Well, as Tim pointed out, he pitched a one-hitter against the Giants when he was with the Dodgers. He has pitched a no-hitter, and that was done in Colorado against the Rockies, and now he gives up his first hit, and this is his first base runner. There's his motion, a pause at the top, and now he coils and comes in. Ball well hit.
That is the first well-hit ball we've had in the game. Off Nomo. Now Ellis Burks, who grounded out his first time up. So the Giants are on the board. Burks 5 for 21 with a home run lifetime off Nomo. He grounded out the third in his first at bat. Ellis Burks is hitting .294 on the season and .343 in 20 games with the Giants. Breaking ball misses, and 1 ball 1 strike on Burks. Acquired from the Rockies at the end of July. Trying to add some depth in the outfield and hopefully some RBIs for this ball club. 1-1. Giants have hit .295 in August. Their offense has really come alive. They're 4th overall in the year in runs and average. This August has been a good one for them. 2-1 the count. Kent on at first base, being held by Orel. And not going. Strike on the outside corner. 2-2. Dusty Baker's club winning 8 of their last 11. They are 37-26 here at home. Whether or not Kent's going to be in motion.
Maybe 3-2. I doubt 2-2.
Runner not going. Outside. And it's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Ellis Burks.
It would be a rather daring play to have Kent running with the amount of strikeouts that Nomo gets in a ball game.
Trailing by 4.
Ron Wotus, third base coach, with the signs you saw. 3-2. Runner goes inside, ball 4. So there's the first walk. So here in the 5th inning, the first hit and the first walk to the first 2 Giant hitters. Let's take a look at our new Dodge quiz again and give you a chance to come up with the answer to this one. Willie, Mickey, and the Duke, for which team did each play his last game?
I think Duke ended his career with the Dodgers. Oh, you're saying the Giants?
Right here with the Giants.
All right.
Mickey with the Yankees, Willie with the Mets, and
Nice
Duke
going,
with the
Ralph.
Giants.
All right.
Of course, Duke played for the Mets. And a great player for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Didn't like the Coliseum in L.A.
Carter bounced away. Going to third is Kent. Staying at first, Burks. Wild pitch. Hideo Nomo now leads the league with 13.
A 4-run lead with the base hit, you earn it. But with the walk, that's a killer right there.
So a chance for the Giants. First and third, nobody out, and a 1-0 count on Joe Carter, who flied out to right field his first time up. Carter hitting just 188. Still can stroke a long ball. Runner goes at first. No throw down, and Burks will get the stolen base.
has difficulty holding runners on at first base. And the Giants taking advantage of that.
7 stolen bases, 2 in scoring position. Joe Carter, 8 RBIs on the year in 18 games. Way out in front of that one, 2-1. Carter got his first home run here Monday, or against Florida, in Florida for the Giants. First he's had as a Giant. The only home run, 3 doubles, the other extra base hits he's picked up since coming to San Francisco. 2-1 pitch hit in the air, center field. Tagging up at third will be Kent. McRae shielding. Throw will come to third. It'll be an RBI sac fly, and the Giants are on. It's now a 4-1 Met lead.
Well, Nomo got the sac fly in the right field. And that's in center field, not right field. If it's a fly ball to right field, that allows not only Kent to score, but Burks to go to third. But because Carter flies to center field, McRae with the proper play, shielding his eyes, goes to third base immediately to hold Burks at second base.
1 down. And Bill Miller coming up. Runner on at second base, 1 away. Miller's been a hot hitter as well here. 3-game hit streak for him, 4 for his last 9 in a good August. Upping his average to .295 on the year. And he takes a strike. Bill Miller, a switch hitter in the lineup for Dusty Baker. .317 right-handed and .290 left. 8 home runs. He's had 5 from the left side. Burks at second, 1 down with a run in. Fastball misses down low, 1-1. Dusty Baker's keeping the bullpen active here. Should they get down to the bottom of this order with Orel Hershiser, you'll probably see a pinch hitter. 1-1 delivery. Fastball misses, 2-1. John Johnstone got up in the last inning to throw a bit. Dusty Baker's putting back up there as the rally was mounted here in the 5th inning. Miller, strikeout victim in his first at bat. 2-1 delivery to him. 2-2. Hideo Nomo, perfect game coming into the inning. Single, walk, and a sac fly so far here. 2-2 delivery to Miller. Grounded to second base. Lopez over. It's the out. Moving over to third base is Burks, but there are 2 down. And Nomo now with a chance to get out of this inning. Only the 1 run off him.
Hideo retiring Brian Johnson, the Giant catcher, his first time up on strikes, but Brian Johnson has been a thorn in the side of the Mets throughout his major league career. Mets were glad to see when he went to Detroit, but back in the National League. Brian Johnson, a .349 average against New York with 7 home runs. By far his best against any club.
Kept his career alive.
Yeah.
Against the Mets. 2 down here. Runner at third. Foul back. Johnson 0 for 9 in his career against Hideo Nomo. An RBI opportunity with 2 away. 4-1 lead for the Mets. Johnson has hit only .220 with runners in scoring position this year. 0-1 delivery by Nomo to him and an outside corner strike. 0-2.
Nomo's best splitters are his 2-strike splitters. Those are the ones he throws in the dirt. The danger, obviously, the runner on at third base.
John Olerud will take it to the bag himself. He saves a hit and an RBI. Olerud going back to the line to get it. 1 run picked up here, 1 hit. Base runner left on. Giants on the board, but the Mets have the 4-1 lead. Back after this from Nobody Beats the Wiz.
Having fun yet? Then get to the Summer of Fun and Nobody Beats the Wiz. Buy the fun stuff you want and get more fun stuff, like special offers, tickets to games, Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall with select purchases. See newspaper for details. Nobody Beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
When you ship with Priority Mail, it's a great way to save money. But what about other parts of the world? There's Global Priority Mail. And here's the best part. Give us a few days more, and you can save up to 70% over FedEx or UPS. So, what's your global priority? Try Global Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
What you want is power, comfort, and space at a great price. What you need is Ford's factory-authorized clearance. Going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because now you can lease a Ford Expedition for just $409 a month. What you want is the confidence of driving an Expedition. What you need is a low $409 a month lease payment. What you want is the best full-size Ford utility vehicle and initial quality. And what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory-authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store now.
I believe in wins.
Show up at Shea on Sunday, September 6th for Backpack Day, sponsored by the new 1999 Mercury Cougar. All kids will get a free backpack, perfect for back to school.
What a bonus.
Be here when the Mets battle the Atlanta Braves. For tickets, call 718-507-TIXX. That's 718-507-TIXX.
Back at Candlestick Point, the Mets trying to even this series at 1 game apiece. 4-1 New York. Mets with 2 in the first, 2 in the fifth. The Giants, after Hideo Nomo had retired 12 in a row to start the game, they do score 1 run in the bottom of the fifth as Luis Lopez fouls 1 off. Orel Hershiser. Had Brian Johnson not made an out, had John Olerud not made a great play, then Orel Hershiser would not be out on the mound as we take a look at Hideo Nomo. Ground ball to first, and 1 out here in the 6th inning. Vance Ginsana is the all-natural energizer. Find the energy. Feel your Ginsana. Pretty easy to feel your Ginsana today, Ralph. A gorgeous day here in San Francisco, and the wind was blowing 12 miles an hour when the game started, and that's what it is right now. And that's not bad here.
This is a day that they brought Horace Storm out to look at this site when he was going to move the ball club to San Francisco from New York.
That was in the morning, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like
morning,
11 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock in the morning. And they said, this is a perfect place for a ballpark. Will you buy it? And he said, yes.
Yeah, they tricked Horace. The Giants playing in Seal Stadium the first 2 years out here. And when you played the Pacific Coast League, you had a chance to see Seal Stadium. I never saw it.
It was facing a different direction, and the wind blew out to left field. And there was a brewery in back of home plate on the outside of the ballpark, of course. And when you played that game, we could smell the brew of the beer being made there.
2-2 now to Ray Ordonez. 1 out here in the 6th inning. 4-1 New York.
It was a big ballpark, very deep left field and a very long center and right center field area.
Popped up, foul territory, and there's a lot of room here. Carter makes the play. More than half the ballparks in the National League, that ball's back in the stands, but not here at Candlestick. 2 outs.
That makes it very difficult on the batters. It takes a lot of points off your batting average because of the space behind in foul territory.
Speaking of batting averages, well, Hideo Nomo has improved his today. He is 2 for 2. Grounding a single into left field. And there's the owner's box. That was Peter McGowan, who's the owner of the San Francisco Giants. Peter and his corporation buying it from Bob Lurie. I think it was after the 1993 season. 1-1 to Hideo Nomo. Ball and 2 strikes to Hideo.
Bob Lurie, the owner of the ball club, and the general manager was Al Rosen for years out here, and he was one of the great players.
One of the great executives was Al Rosen, too. Al Rosen, the architect of the Houston Astros in the middle 80s. And then he took over the Giants. Giants going to the World Series in 1989. Bobbled by Kent, but he throws him out. As for the first time in this game, the Mets go in order. But it's 4-1 New York after 5.5 at Candlestick Point. Back after this from Budweiser.
So, I read an article that says they think about it every 8 seconds.
I wouldn't doubt it. It seems like the only thing Dave ever wanted.
They have one-track minds. It must be something biological or genetic.
Men, they're all the same.
Hey. You read my mind.
Hey guys, got a minute?
Sure.
You should know Toyota's National Clearance Event is here. Time for the best selection and time to buy a Tacoma 4x4. Four-Wheeler Magazine's 1998 Pickup Truck of the Year. Buy now and save up to $1,500 with factory-to-dealer incentives. You won't find more value in a compact pickup truck. So take a break and get to Toyota's National Clearance Event now at your Toyota dealer.
Sure, Regina. I'll send you the money. Now what? Let's go into college business. How much this time, Regina? You need a new what? Regina who? Put me out of business.
You need MoneyGram, the smarter way to send money. You save up to $5 every time, and you get more, like a free phone call to tell Regina the money's there. Fast, easy, no surprises. Wham, bam, MoneyGram. Money well sent worldwide.
Available at over 1,400 locations in the New York area, including most Rite Aid stores.
At Uniroyal, in order to make a point about our new nail guard tires, we added a few to our test track. Nail guard tires, designed to seal 90% of tread punctures, instantly and permanently, only from Uniroyal.
When the Giants finally got to Hideo Nomo in the 5th inning, they had runners on at 2nd and 3rd, nobody out, but they only squeezed across 1 run on a sac fly by Joe Carter, scoring Jeff Kent. Mets leading at 4-1, and Nomo has been terrific. And one guy who's happy about that, Steve Phillips, the general manager of the Mets, who joins us now. Steve, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I am happy about that.
Yeah, I would imagine. A lot of games on the road for the Mets to finish. The Giants, on the other hand, have 30 games, and including this game, they have 18 games at home. The Mets have 21 games on the road. And a tough road to hoe, huh?
There's no question about it. The schedule certainly favors the Giants, even over the Cubs as well. I think the Cubs have 11 or 12 home dates left. We have 9. And it's tough, but you know what? We've played well on the road, and we're just going to have to keep plugging away one game at a time.
Great road trip the last time around before that series at home, or the 2 series at home. And a pinch hitter for Orel Hershiser. Sanchez lines one to right field on the first pitch. And Lenny Harris glasses down, makes the play. I guess the big news, Steve, you had a press conference earlier about Todd Hundley. What can you tell us about Todd's status?
Well, Todd and Bobby spoke last night after the game, and I think Todd's come to the realization that he just doesn't want to and really can't play the outfield, and I think that he even feels that it's affected his hitting. I think that I don't know everything that's affected his hitting. I think he's trying too hard, trying to do a little too much, and you know, he's in one of those slumps that hitters get into when they try too hard and they chase bad pitches and then take pitches down the middle. You know, it's I give Todd a lot of credit. He showed a lot of courage going out there. He's willing to put his own ego and everything aside for the best interest of the team, and now I think he's come to the realization the best interest of the team might be for him not to play out there right now.
Good splitter from Nomo, 0-2 to Marvin Bernard. Bernard 0 for 2 on the afternoon.
Steve, he volunteered to go out there, didn't he?
Oh, no question about it. He realized that, you know, with Mike here and for him pushing to come back as a catcher, it probably wasn't going to happen quickly, and he thought run out would help the team better playing the outfield.
Ground ball to second base, 2 easy outs for Nomo, and Rich Aurelia, the shortstop, is coming up. I guess it's too early to tell whether Todd will be a member of the postseason roster if you make it that far.
Well, he certainly is eligible for that. We're going to have to sort through all of those decisions, and I hope we have to make a decision about it. I hope that's something that we're going to have to try to decide is what our postseason roster will be. I think, you know, the way it works, we have some players on the disabled list and the 60-day DLs where we're going to have a little more flexibility than some teams might, because you can replace players on the 60-day DL with others that are in the organization. So we're probably going to have 28 or 29 players from which to choose our 25-man roster for postseason.
Rich Aurelia takes a ball low from Nomo, 1-0 to Rich. He has flied to center field a couple of times.
Well,
Butch Husky, I was going to say, has almost got to be on the roster, right, for left-handed pitching?
Yeah, Butch is on the DL now. Certainly, he's the one guy who gives us some right-handed power to face a left-hander, and I think that it's a pretty good bet that he could be there.
You stick around and talk to us for another half inning?
Absolutely, glad to do it.
It's 4-1 New York after 6. Back after this from Meineke.
For consistent quality, choose Meineke. Nationwide, you get the same great service. It's like seeing a familiar face. Hi there.
Told you. At Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
I guarantee it.
Chevrolet would like to bring you this special announcement.
New Chevy cars and trucks are heading your way.
Right now, your local Chevy dealer is offering great deals.
During the 98 Chevy model year clearance, get great deals on the cars more Americans trust, Chevrolet. Plus, until September 14th, these deals just got better. Now get $2,000 cash back or 0.9 financing on Camaro. Choose $1,250 back or 0.9 financing on Malibu. So finish what you're doing, then get to the Chevy model year clearance, because these great summer deals just got hotter.
Why did the human cross the road? To get to the chicken on the other side. Because it's Chicken Choice Days at McDonald's. And no one has hot, delicious chicken choices like our Chicken Selects, Crispy Chicken Sandwich, Grilled Chicken Sandwich, and Chicken McNuggets. So come choose your favorite chicken. And right now, with any chicken product, get a coupon for delicious breakfast deals. Did somebody say McDonald's?
Hear that? See this? Your car's telling you it needs brake service.
That means you need Meineke.
At Meineke, you won't pay a lot,